What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Industry 4.0 weekly live Q&A. I'm here with Vaughn Turner.
What up?
And today we're going to be going into the Industry 4.0 community Discord server explained. If you've already joined the Discord server or you're joining the Discord server, we're going to use this video as a reference point to kind of dive into Discord, and we're going to take 10 to 15 minutes to kind of show you the desktop application, how to set up your personal profile, how to join other servers, and then last but not least, the Industry 4.0 community Discord server itself, how we organize it, how to get the most value from it. So if you guys are joining live, thank you. Let's see who we have here in the stream. Welcome, Cheryl. Welcome, Mario. Thank you. KA, thank you. But we also have every week we go live, so make sure to subscribe. And every Tuesday at noon Central, we're live here answering your guys' questions from this Discord server. But again, we just thought it'd be a good time to show you how Discord works. So let's dive into it. But I do want to show you guys real quick. Later in the stream, we've been getting a lot of IIoT starter kits. This is actually your Groove RIO Learning Center that Opto22 sent me, so thank you. We're going to be unboxing this live on the stream at the end of the stream, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. There's also going to be a separate unboxing video later this week, so make sure to subscribe for that. So without any further ado, let me share my screen here. So let's see if you can see that. There we go. So yeah, this is Discord. The first thing that you're going to want to do is, obviously we have a link below to join Discord. If you haven't already created an account, you're going to use your email to create an account, and you're also going to have like a unique username. So typically when you're creating your account for the first time, it's because you've been invited to join a server. So over here on the left is actually all the servers that me personally, I am a part of. And up here at the top, we actually have the Industry 4.0 community Discord server, which is kind of what we're seeing here. See if I can kind of make this a little bit bigger for you guys. So over here on the left, we actually have all the different channels, and you can have in a Discord server, you can have up to 250 categories and channels. So we've broken it down. At the top, we have voice and video channels. There's also a little feature called stage rooms, which is kind of similar to Clubhouse, but I won't make this kind of an advanced tutorial. This is going to be kind of a basic tutorial on how to use Discord. But typically there's going to be an information or a welcome section of every Discord server where you're going to see, hey, in this case we have a list of everyone that's joined the server, and our IIoT bot welcomes everyone. But then you're also going to have a rules section. So everyone make sure to go ahead and read those rules, and that's how we create an environment that everyone wants to join, and we treat each other with respect. I think even Walker mentions the golden rule. So yeah, right there, number one rule is the golden rule. So let's take a look at a couple different other servers so you can kind of get an idea of how easy it is to switch between servers. So here, this one's actually the Industry 4.0 Club, which is the kind of the communication channel for the Industry 4.0 Clubhouse. And so you could see they've kind of organized it a little bit differently, but much the same, where you have an information channel. There's a community with a general chat. In our section, we have a general chat area, but then we also have a live chat, a gaming chat, a section for video ideas, and an industry news section as well. So these are kind of our main chats. But in any Discord server, you'll join. Here's the Code Academy community. This is really important for anyone going through our mentorship training. You may want to join this Discord community for specific help on programming languages, whether it be Python or you're trying to learn JavaScript or SQL, any of those other, like Code Academy has a whole list of languages, but you could see here's language specific help. This is why Discord is so important. We're actually, Discord is not like Teams. Discord has this kind of community effect where Teams, yes, you can use it to communicate internally with your office, but I guarantee there's not an Industry 4.0 community Teams. Well, I take that back. Our step one training group a group within our mentorship program has a teams that they meet with, but it's not the same thing. It's a Discord, as you can see, it just has a much more seamless experience shifting between different servers, right? Here's the Ignition Community Conference from 2020. They just had a very flat hierarchy. They just basically made a welcome section, and then a section for the keynote, and then a section for every breakout channel that they had. So anyone within, looks like this wasn't a very exciting presentation, but there was just no comments on here. But some of the other ones, like scaling MES with Osisoft, a lot of conversation in that thread. So that's another way you can use Discord server. And that's the beautiful thing, is you can make it exactly how you want it. As you can see, as you scroll down on our server, I'm back here on our server. If you want to know what server you're on, you can always just look at the top left here, and you can see server settings. You can invite people. That's a common thing people want to ask. Hey, how do I invite someone? And we have our server set up where anyone can invite anyone. Anyone can join at the base level for free. They also give you opportunity to look at server insights. So, as you can see, we have 405 weekly visitors, and 56% weekly new member retention. So this is kind of how we can, make sure that our community is engaging. Anyone that's new, we want to make sure that they have a great experience. So, I try to welcome everyone, but we do instruct everyone to kind of introduce themselves here. Not everyone, takes that first steps and activates. That's what Discord calls it, is activating, when you share your first message in the channel within the first 7 days, right? So once you activate then it becomes much more easy to engage and, say welcome everyone. The more engagement we can kind of build as a community, the more value everyone that's in the server gets. That's one thing we always hear is like, wow, I've gotten so much free value out of, not only watching the YouTube channel, but the Discord server just takes it to another level. And so we want to see more, there should be, if there was, if Rockwell were more open, maybe they would have a Rockwell community Discord server, right? So, that's kind of what we're, and, it shouldn't be like an IT thing. That was one thing that we heard was like, IT has an approved Discord server. If you're saying that, then, that's kind of coming from an industry 3.0 mindset. Discord meets the minimum technical requirements. It's open, it's edge driven, it's lightweight, and it's open architecture, it's edge driven, it's lightweight, and it's report by exception, right? Discord's not asking me every day, hey, do you have a new message to send to the server? No, right. I'm joining, right? And then I get to join whatever communities I want. I can publish information, I can subscribe to information, or I can disconnect from that broker. So in this case, the Discord server itself is very much like a broker, right? It's a broker of information. I mean, obviously in the main, one thing I want to, kind of glance over here is the main section of your panel is obviously the thread. One thing that's really interesting about the thread is it's chronological.
Yep.
That might seem like intuitive, but if you're on social media, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on basically 8 out of the 9 apps that you use every day, you're not looking at information that's driven by timeline. You're looking at information that's driven by an algorithm. And so that this fact that it's organized by time puts control back in the user, right? Discord's not trying to use an algorithm to meet its certain objectives for profit. It's just letting the community build itself, right? We're building it's Discord. I think their slogan is like, where friendships happen naturally, it just occurs. So we do have a link section. So one of the things that we liked about our Discord server is that there's no spamming, there's no selling, but there is a section where, if you do have an event and you want to share it, feel free to share it in the events link, or if you did a podcast, you can share it there, or, sometimes even like Mario shared this is not even his event, but he wanted to be helpful to the community. Thank you, Mario. YouTube links. This is where, we automatically share members of our community that, create great content like Ectobox. We automatically have our bot share every new video that Ectobox publishes straight here to Discord server. He doesn't have to do that manually. It's not a point-to-point integration. It is a publish and subscribe architecture. So, you can see that here. This is not something Kevin, he doesn't pay us to promote his videos here. we share videos here we find helpful. As you can see, I actually shared this video here from John Dyke on circular manufacturing. I want to share that now. So let me see if I can go ahead and do that. Oh, hey, John.
Hi, my name is John Dyke, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of SESME, the Smart Manufacturing Institute. And I'd like to comment briefly on the notion of a digital divide in manufacturing companies as a precursor for digitally enabled circular manufacturing. We've been talking about the fourth industrial revolution for about a decade now, but I think it's important to recognize that we're still building manufacturing solutions and deploying them in ways that are far more consistent with Industry 3.0 than Industry 4.0. Mm-hmm. And the result is a level of cost and complexity and a lack of value creation that's not consistent with what Industry 4.0 has promised. We believe that the idea of democratization is absolutely essential for a circular manufacturing economy.
So I won't play the full video here. I will leave a link to that because I don't want to get demonetized. But I did actually want to share that video from Sesame. You know, we don't share every video from Sesame in that channel because they do put out a lot. But that one I really like because it's basically what we've been saying for the last 3 years on this channel. John just said it so simply and so well put. So thank you, John. But let me go ahead and.
That's something we bring up in a lot of our meetings with clients is when we talk about digital transformation, and Walker will talk about this, at length. Is the first thing that you have to undertake is a change in mindset, and that's what we continue to see over and over. Is people are trying to find solutions without changing their mindset first.
Yep. I was saying, this actually brings up a good point. I had a conversation today actually where a manufacturer specifying our training for their system integrator, right? I love that idea. If you're a manufacturer and you want to make sure that your system integrator has adopts the Industry 4.0 mindset, has the right training, has the right resources, I think that's a great idea, right? It's also a good way to act as a gauge to determine whether or not your system integrator shares our values, right? If you don't, if joining mentorship or joining mastermind presents a big deal for your customer, then I would say join mastermind yourself, and there's a whole community of members there that are willing to help you. Even just the Discord server itself has over 2,000 members. After we did the webinar last week, 200 people joined like instantly. And so it's just a constant flow of new information, new relationships, and new connections. So my computer was kind of having issues there. Let me remove this video here, remove from studio. We'll see you, John. All right, share screen.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right. I really did actually like that video.
Yeah.
Sometimes we share other videos too, like, stuff that's not necessarily Industry 4.0. I'll share other videos there. But so let's say you wanted to find something. Let's say you are, you remembered, hey, there was a question on S4 HANA, so you can actually search this on the upper right. You can actually search from within this channel. It's contextual, so it's based on the channel that you're in. This right panel is contextual to the channel that you're in. So for example, as I scroll here on the right, these are all the users that are a part of this channel, sorted by the ones that are online. So we have 19 mastermind members online right now. We have 29 members of our mentorship program online right now. And we have 141, subscribers, people in the free community online right now. So, but, maybe you wanted to search for something that, JS said, so you can actually search from user JS, right? But I think, for example, because it is contextual. So if you're searching from users, you'll notice that it actually searches across all the different namespaces, right? So here's under enterprise resource planning, here's under unified namespace. You can see JS is really active. He sent 401 messages. But let's say I wanted to, find that comment that he was, that's 400 messages, too many to go through, but I wanted to find that comment he had on S4 HANA. right? So I'm gonna search HANA, and then we're just gonna hit search. So here it is, pulls it up from Unified Namespace, S4 HANA. So let's just jump over there. So this is actually a question. I'm going to answer this in a little bit, but I do want to go through the rest of the Discord training while we're here, because there's just really a lot to Discord. So I feel like I kind of want to go into more on the personal profile thing, right? So if you guys, let me see. I'm a little bit clumsy on the DMs. Can you talk about using DMs a little bit? Okay, Arun, thank you. Yeah, so let me go ahead and share this here. So the easiest way, so when someone joins, the bot automatically welcomes them, right? So let's just say, here's Levi Liams, right? He just joined our mentorship program. Our bot also, shouts you out when you join the mentorship program. But basically what I did was I was like, hey, it also tells me that Levi is new to Discord server, right? So I could just say welcome, right? And that automatically starts up a DM. I've already done that, right? We've already been talking, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that message. But here, what I'll typically say is I typically ask them to add a profile photo. So when you get a chance, would you mind adding a profile photo? I ask this of everyone in our mentorship program. Thanks. Say hi to the stream. Yeah. So the other thing is you can DM anyone you share a mutual server with, right? So if Levi happened to leave this server, for whatever reason, we would no longer share a mutual server. We would no longer be able to DM. I would no longer be able to DM him, right? I can also add him as a friend, in which case, if he did leave the server or if we didn't share any mutual servers, you can, just send a friend request, so you can also here you can see, I won't open this because, it's maybe got sensitive information, but you can see Von Turner and John McKeon and I have a group DM right here, right? You can see, you can have up to 10 members in a group DM, and you can just see all the DMs that I have here. So you'll notice that, here's home, but your DMs are going to be above this line, right? So here's any, open messages that you have. Anytime I log in, there's like a bunch of faces up here on the top left. And those faces are the DMs that I have, the unread DMs, right? Just kind of like how this one is unread. I have 8 unread. John McKeon's below me up.
Actually, he was just messaging.
Oh, that's because John, the Groove Epic, I might as well just say this now. Someone said the other day that Opto 22 is not as common in Europe or, on that side of the pond. And so we're going to change that. So Opto 22, they didn't just ship me an RIO learning center. They also shipped me a Groove Epic learning center. And so I told John that I'm going to ship it to him. So John, once I finish that unboxing video, I'm going to ship that over to you, and we're going to get Opto 22 on that side of the pond, right? We are trying to democratize Industry 4.0 here. So, I don't ship everyone in Mastermind a free PLC, but, I shipped like Brendan Riley. I'm shipping him the RIO. Brendan, he's from the finance industry. And so I knew that him having a starter kit in his hands was going to be crucial in his transformation from not even Industry 3.0, but a completely different field, and transforming it into an Industry 4.0 professional. Having a learning center was going to be crucial for him. So I was like, hey, Vaughn, I want to ship Brendan this learning center. And he was like, yep, let's do it. So, and then, John McKeon, the same thing. I want to get Opto 22 on that side of the pond. So, I think, I think it was Darren. I think Darren was saying that. Yeah, they were doing like an Industry 4.0 training, and they were going to use the PLC Next starter kit because PLC Next was more, Phoenix Contact is more common in Europe as compared to the Opto 22. So if Opto 22 is not used as much in Europe, what 4.0 PLCs? I think I just answered that one. Yeah, the PLC Next. Siemens is kind of making moves in the right direction, but they're just so large that it's hard to get them as an entire company to shift over all at once. Right. Like, for example, we would recommend WinCC open architecture, WinCC OA as a platform that's suitable for the unified namespace. We actually get into that in our step 3 mentorship training, but we would not recommend WinCC 7, right? That's kind of a more traditional SCADA. It's kind of a more similar to like an InTouch, right? It's a good SCADA, but it's not an Industry 4.0 platform. So that's a perfect example of the problem that you might see with Siemens. No, not problem, but like I said, it's like, there's a lot of people that work for Siemens, and there's a lot of great people that work for Siemens, but there might be some that are still kind of stuck in their ways.
Yeah, but there's definitely inroads that are being made there for sure.
Excellent. Yeah. So then the other thing is, I think like Phoenix Contact is like, aren't they a German-based company at the end of the day? Yeah. So like they're obviously really big over there. There's a lot of other ones like Beckhoff, Wago, other smaller manufacturers that have some presence over there as well. So join the Discord server and join the Edge channel to talk about this exact question, right? I hope I answered your question, Arun, on the DMs. Jeff said, Jeffrey Schrader recommended Jeff Rankin to check out Slack. It's like Teams, but similar in chat functionality. Yeah, so let's do the whole Teams versus, or not Teams versus Slack versus Discord. So Slack was actually probably like Slack is the most similar to Discord in the sense that it's got hashtags for channels, and it's got kind of this chronological based timeline. The biggest difference with and the thing that I don't like about Slack is that threads have subthreads. So like, whereas in here, each message is just is in the main timeline, right? You can tell that it's a response. You can tell that this comment right here is a response to this one, but it's not like underneath this one, right? It just posts it back at the bottom. So, if I wanted to reply to this one, example, right? At the bottom, which makes sense, right? Why would it be all the way up here in a sub thread? Plus Mario said it perfectly. No one respects the sub threads anyways, right? People are just going to continue to have the conversation, and they'll say like, oh yeah, like continue. So they'll continue the conversation in the thread, and they'll post something in here, right? Like, I don't know, let's put this reference architecture drawing in there, and it's just going to continue in the thread anyways. So why have sub threads that don't make any sense? So that's the biggest difference. The other biggest difference is Discord is free for unlimited number of messages. Slack, they'll start charging you to view messages over 10,000, and that would be limiting. Like we're way over 10,000 messages on Discord, and it would suck to not be able to go back to the very first piece of information that Walker shared, or anyone shared for that matter, in the Discord, and not be able to like use that, be able to search for it and go back to it. And I think someone searched for like Copia.io, and Copia, maybe they didn't link it right. Yeah. That's what manufacturer, a lot of the smarter, like, so someone's like HiveMQ, like a lot of the vendors are joining our Discord and kind of doing research about the community that is talking about their products. So like, someone came in EMQ. Yeah. EMQ. Yeah. So Jalen, I've been talking to from EMQ. It's nice to have someone from EMQ here. So shout out to Jalen. Shout out to HiveMQ, shout out to Flow. All right. I can't start doing shout outs because then I'll start missing people, but in particular, it is nice to have, that functionality here. Right. But because like the search functionality is, right, someone shared Tulip, right? I forgot what, I think it's like an MES platform, and I requested a demo for Tulip. Yeah. Oh, I still got to do that one, by the way. Zamello, Zegmello is another one. I'm probably spelling that wrong, but yeah, like Discord is the best. You really got to get the desktop application to get the most value out of it. So let's go look into the user settings. The biggest thing here is this is where you're going to change your profile picture. So, or they call it an avatar. So again, on the bottom left here, you can really easily mute, deafen. You can also see that your actual username actually has like some numbers after it. So my technical username is Zach Scriven #7082. So if you wanted to like personally send me a a friend request or something on Discord, you could just type that in or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
in the bottom left, you'll hit settings, you'll pull up your account. Here's where you can actually edit that username. You also have the ability to have a nickname, and sometimes that does get a little bit confusing when you're trying to like tag someone. You can have a nickname that's unique to the server. So like my Discord username might be Zach Scriven, but I might want my Discord server to be, you know, El Jefe or something. I don't know. So here's our subscriptions. I am actually a member of Nitro. It's not really worth it, but I do it because it does give us a couple of perks. Mainly, it does give us, it gave us the ability to, let's see. So I boost our server, and it gives us a couple different perks. Like it gives us more emojis. It gives us a higher bitrate audio and a few other things. So yeah, typically no one really boosts servers, but I don't know. I just did it because I wanted a couple of the features. One of the things, let's talk about bots. So that's one of the most powerful things about Discord, and it's one of the things that I like more about Discord over Slack. Now, obviously, Slack you can create bots on Slack, and Slack might have the edge on Discord a little bit on integrations, like enterprise integrations, or I saw the other day you can sign into a service, sign in with Slack. So like Slack might be a little bit ahead on that front, but where Discord has Slack beat is the bots. That just go to the gaming channel and just type in #economy, and you'll see like all the cool. I'm pretty sure it's economy, right? No, I'm messing up. So help. Okay, yeah. So help economy. Like there's an entire game. There's an entire role-playing game that we're actually playing live in the gaming channel from our bot. That's just one of the features. The other thing is we have like this whole levels and ranking system. So, that's pretty cool. There's a wizard now, or here rank, I think. So if you type hashtag or !rank, it'll show you your rank with experience. Now, is that really useful? Yeah, to us it is, because I can go to our leaderboard and I can immediately see who's creating the most amount of value in our Discord server. You know, a lot of manufacturers are looking to our mentorship program to hire, the next wave of industry 4.0 professionals. Anyone in our Discord server could go in there and they could immediately see, oh, wow, JS is really active. Ben Vanim is really active. Oh, look at Andrew. Let me send Andrew a DM. I'm not saying like, do not poach people, please. Like, please be respectful of existing relationships. But, we are trying to move the industry forward here. And so I'm just showing you, what I would do to see, who's the most active in our Discord server. And, it becomes, if you just hang out in Discord, it becomes very apparent who's moving the needle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is pushing the industry, who's coming up with the best questions. My focus is on the content creation and the community, right? I'm kind of leaning on you guys for your expertise, right? I've worked with Walker and I've done digital transformation on enterprise class SCADA systems and Firebrand award winning. So I've been there, but I'm not as connected to that every day, right? Like Walker and Michael are both doing DTMAs this week. Actually, I'm not, right? So I'm doing the live stream, hanging out with you guys, So, not to disparage myself, but the real experts are in the Discord server. Where are we going from here? Opto 22 is not used much in your. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Zach. Okay, Arun. Thanks, Brennan. Hey, Brennan. Welcome. Matthew asked, it's funny, I've used Discord for a while and know it pretty well. However, at this point, my routine is to listen to I 4.0 every Tuesday at noon. So I'm here learning about Discord server. Thank you.
Right.
We got. Thank you everyone for joining. If you guys do have any more questions about Discords, I'm trying to just kind of go through an organic approach and just, let's see, add to stream here. LMTX, like today, someone asked, can someone please explain the digital twin concept? Can we include OEE and PLM under the DT umbrella, since OEE provides operational parameters from the shop floor to the top floor? Yes, actually, OEE is probably one of the first parameters that you're going to provide through your digital transformation proof of concept. But, I shared LMTX has a great video on digital twin, to which he immediately shared his video, right? I didn't even have to go find the link. Thank you, LMTX. But the point is, I didn't have to go do this work. We are standing on top of the shoulders of our previous work, and we're building digital assets. We're literally building digital twins for the industry. We can't innovate and democratize manufacturing while moving at an industry 3.0 pace.
Right. That and the collaborative nature of Discord as well.
Yeah. So that is kind of like the double, it's kind of like a pro and a con. One thing that people say is like, it's crazy in Discord. Like, I don't even know where to start. And that's kind of the point. It's a digital twin. It's an avatar. Hey, Christine. Yeah. So no, the Discord server, I was actually thinking about calling it the Unified Namespace and potentially even integrating it to a unified namespace. But then I was like, all right, is writing an edge gateway really the best use for Discord, really the best use of my time right now? Or could I be working on like a Opto 22 unboxing video,
Right.
But speaking of writing gateways, I do think it would be a great idea for someone in the community that uses Arduino to write an Arduino MQTT library for the Spark B formatted payloads. I think that would be a great use of anyone in our community's times that has the time. So because with the Portenta machine control, that thing's going to be game changing, but let me keep going. Oh, you know what? I want to share my desk real quick. I bought this desk. So we're making a joke. I reached out to Foley and they sent me this desk. I paid for it, but they still sent it to me.
That was really cool. But, complete your order.
I am moving. I am moving. A quick side note: I am moving to Utah next week, and so I'm kind of getting some office furniture set up for my home office, and really want to be optimized for productivity. Here I'm at a WeWork, which works well for me here, but yeah, I'm gonna have a nice setup. So expect no break-in content. We're gonna be here live every week. We are actually next week. You're gonna have Walker here. So we're doing an alternating schedule with Walker. You guys are going to get Walker here every other week. But anyone in our mastermind program, you're actually going to get to see Walker this Friday because we are having our mastermind monthly session this Friday. And that one's going to be on the topic of cloud. We're doing a deep dive on the cloud layer. That's kind of how we break mastermind down. We kind of break it down by the steps. You kind of have the foundation, and then we kind of break it out into layers. So we've done ERP, we started MES, then we kind of went into DTMA training. So we're going to go back into MES, but for this session, we found it really important to get you guys some base, not entry level, but like some mastermind advanced level training on cloud, but get it to you as soon as possible. So we're actually working with Michael Brown from the Discord server on that. So he's going to join us during the mastermind and give a presentation on specifically the AWS stack, right? So how do we leverage the Unified Namespace and Amazon Web Services? And then we also have a hands-on training for you guys as well too. So Jeff said, my student Orthram will likely work on SparkPlug-B for Arduino. Yes, thank you. He already has MQT working in Arduino in one of our projects. That is awesome, Jeff. I'm really excited, and kudos to Orthman. You're the man. Christine, thanks, Christine. Yeah, so let's just I think that's pretty much it for the Discord explain. I mean, there's a lot to Discord. The biggest thing is just get the desktop application and start playing around with it. If you're still playing around with the web app, what are you doing? So actually so now I want to go into a different section right now. If you guys do have any more questions on Discord, please do leave them and we will get to them at the end. But I do want to talk about this book that I read, Building a Story Brand. I read this on my YouTube channel, so you guys can watch. I'll leave a card to that here. But this particular book, it's about building a story brand. And, I when I read this, I'm like, hey, this is why, we're actually, Walker, Vaughn, and I at 4.0 Solutions, we've been doing this the last, 3 years without even knowing it, right? And I was thinking, why is it that our customers are listening? Why is it that our message, is so clear that our customers are coming back week after week to hear what we have to say? And other companies, not all of them, but some of them have trouble just getting one piece of content to resonate. And it's because we've leveraged the 7-part story brand framework. So I want to kind of go with that. I want to kind of go into what that is. So the seven parts, and you guys can use this for your business. There's a lot of information out there, and people consume information most easily in stories. So if you can kind of figure out how to turn your business into a story for your customer to be on a journey, then you're going to win. So in the 7-part story brand framework, the very first part is a character. In our story, in this case, that's you, the industry professional, right? The second part of the story brand framework has a problem, right? You guys are tired of industry 3.0, right? You have data silos, right? You're trying to digitally transform, right? Problems are often broken down into 3 sections. An external problem, right? You can't get access to your data. You have data silos. Your internal problem, if only you could get access to the data you need, you could unlock your full potential and, grow within the organization and have great success. Or 3, the philosophical problem, right? It's wrong that manufacturers are being extorted by their vendors, by their industry 3.0 companies that are ripping them off, right? That's the philosophical problem. So those are have the problem. And 3, meets a guide. Enter 4.0 Solutions, right? Mr. Walker Reynolds, he is the industry 4.0 guide, right? And he has a plan. Step 4, has a plan. That's our industry 4.0 mentorship training program. That's our mastermind program. And step 5, calls them to action. We need your help. We cannot accomplish our mission without your help. Our mission is to save and create middle-class jobs by helping manufacturers do more with less. 11 out of 12 companies will go out of business in the next decade. And the 1 out of 12 is being helped by people in this community. So 6, avoids a failure. We want to avoid being one of those 11 out of 12 that fails in the next decade. And 7, ends in a success, right? You help the manufacturer digitally transform, you succeed, and we save and create a ton of jobs in the process. Mm-hmm. So, every story has a hero, right? You guys are the hero, right? Walker's just the guide. Walker's not the hero, right? You guys are the ones out there helping
the community, right? We obviously cannot build the story brand without the community. Yeah. There's no possible way that myself, Zach, Walker can help every manufacturer in the United States or in the world. So it's obvious that it is, it's the pivot point there is leveraging the community. And we've seen that though, through the Discord, we've seen the growth, not only of the community, but of the community's knowledge and of the community's scaling and outreach to making inroads with manufacturers, making inroads with OEMs, making inroads with other systems integrators. So, what we've undertaken so far, I think we've shown that, we are building that brand and it is being successful, but it all revolves around the community, not us. We're just given the platform.
I did share a link in general chat to the StreamYard. If you guys do want to join and ask a question live or just say hi, I did leave a link. So, call in now, and join the stream. So, but we will, so yeah, if that didn't make any sense, I shared a link for you guys, for anyone who wants to join this live stream, this StreamYard room, which, you'll go into a little waiting room and then I'll see you. And then, I could take the callers one by one if you guys have any questions. So, I was thinking like, the Dave Ramsey show, like, this is the America's favorite show on I forget exactly what he says, but like, where debt is dumb and cash is king, and the paid off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as America's financial status symbol of choice, right? I was like, all right, so what could that jingle be like? What could that jingle be like for us, right? Where Industry 4.0, where data silos are dumb and the unified namespace is king. And I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. You'll have to forgive me. Walker is our Industry 4.0 sensei. Yes. Hey guys, is anyone working on wireless synchronization for Industry 4.0? That's a good question. I don't know. Can you codify the question a little bit more, provide a little more context? What do you mean by wireless synchronization? I know that 5G is the whole shift in wireless technology towards a more 5G actually kind of more mirrors Industry 4.0 in that it's more, ecosystem driven. But yeah, that's a good question. Oh, I should probably share how to join. Yeah, I'll put the somewhere in here. I put this example banners. Here's the link to join the Discord server. If you guys haven't joined, or it's down in the comments below, but it's iiot.university/discord. Free to join, and yeah. Thank you. I think there should be someone said there, Sankar said, I think there should be an existing library for Arduino IDE. Yes, there is. There's several. There's one from Arduino that's an MQTT library, and there's several third-party libraries, but not any that have a Sparkplug-B formatted payload. Devin said, "LOL, Zach." All right. Let me share my screen here. So, oh yeah, I have my sections here. I wanted to share this IBM Industry 4.0 reference architecture drawing because someone mentioned that it was similar to what our architecture is with the unified namespace. So I just kind of wanted to share it here. And so here's the extended factory with IBM capabilities architecture overview. Now, actually, I'm going to pull it up over here. Yeah, so yeah, this is their basic architecture drawing. We shared this in the reference architecture section, but you can see they basically have broken it down into this plant service bus, which is kind of like it's almost kind of like their edge gateway, right? So below that, you're having OPC UA, right? OPC UA lives on the edge. And then you're publishing over MQTT to this IoT edge gateway that they have. I like that this is bidirectional, but I was telling Vaughn, if you're publishing from the plant up into your cloud environment, right? Or, going from plant to enterprise, this definitely needs to be a bidirectional arrow, right? We all know we want to go edge to cloud, but everyone forgets about cloud to edge. So make this bidirectional. And that will be automatically leveraging UNS with Sparkplug-B, right? This is why we tend to lean more towards AWS versus other cloud platforms that don't support Sparkplug-B and cloud to edge as easily, right? You're getting context from the cloud back down to the edge, right? What does that even mean, right? Enabling innovation on the plant floor. You're not unlocking innovation from a dashboard, from a room in a carpeted side of the business from the cloud. You're enabling it from information on the plant floor, right? You got to get it from the cloud back down to the edge. Is SAP S4 HANA a unified namespace? I said we would get to this one. This one came up in YouTube. The answer is no. The reason is because it's not the 4 minimum technical requirements. Edge driven, report by exception, lightweight, open architecture. SAP and it's the single source of truth for the current state and all events in your business. SAP S4 HANA is more like a historian for ERP events. I actually want to share JS's response because it was actually really, really good. SAP or S4 HANA is just SAP's latest ERP running SAP's latest database. HANA is their database with in-memory and columnar storage technology. This technology enables their traditional or their traditional transactional database product to also function as a data warehouse for analytical workloads. Like I said, it's more like a historian for ERP apps than a UNS. Integration Suite would be their closest thing resembling a UNS. It's a plant service bus with support for message queuing, i.e. pub sub, and its typical use cases is to stitch together enterprise applications. The ideal use case is what's referred to as service-oriented architecture, in which case all the apps and processes are exposed as microservices and intelligently orchestrated. Most apps in this space are still fairly monolithic and costly to re-architect. It's not widely adopted. I don't believe Integration Suite has support for industrial protocols to extend down the stack. That's the other problem, right? Cloud Edge. Most of their work down the stack is involved with an MES product with an OPC client-server architecture, i.e. point-to-point connections. Invoking OPC UA methods has been emphasized in their demos. Their approach has the ERP layer consuming this data indirectly through the MES layer, right? ERP is not the single source of truth. They would like to be, right? No, that's the whole point. No single application is.
Right. That's the issue with companies like Rockwell. They're trying to make a solution. There is not a solution. There are many.
Technology driven versus solution driven, right? A unified namespace. That's probably a question that you guys have right now. What is the unified namespace? If you haven't watched this video here, I will leave it linked to you there, but I'll go ahead and do my best to explain it now. The unified namespace is the single source of truth for all current state and events in your business. It's the digital twin, right? It is not a point-to-point integration, right? From software A to software B. It is a unification of all point-to-point integrations within your entire enterprise, bar none. Like, what is so hard to get about that? It's not the unified namespace of the OT layer and the unified namespace of the IT layer. It's just the unified namespace. It's literally that simple. Then, the next question you probably have is what software can be used for the unified namespace? And, I was telling Vaughn, eventually we're going to get to a point where I'm just going to say, just watch this video here or watch that video there, or, watch this video here, right? Like, we've talked about this over and over again, but a great example is Highbyte. Highbyte can be used to build your unified namespace. It does, all your connections, does your modeling, and it does flows, right? It's edge driven, it's like report by exception, lightweight, and open architecture. Highbyte, they're going to be coming out with a broker, but Highbyte typically in most scenarios is connecting to a broker, right? Other platforms other than Highbyte is really any IIoT platform. So Ignition could be software that could be used as a unified namespace. That's typically what most people are doing today, but you're seeing more and more people leveraging Factory Studio and frameworks to be their IIoT unified namespace. But we, in literally all of the projects we've done in the last 2 years, Highbyte has been not because it had to be, but because that was the best solution for what we were trying to do, been in every one of our projects. Walker has said before, Highbyte in 2 years will be the fastest growing Industry 4.0 software company in the world. So we're saying that for a reason, and then the next question is, you might ask, what are some, if Highbyte doesn't have a broker yet, what are some of the brokers I can use with Highbyte, right? You obviously have like the Ignition built-in broker that Osisoft makes, the distributor module, but you also have their Chariot SCADA. But, those were kind of like our first two options. And, beyond that, we have some more common options are HiveMQ and EMQ. Like those are kind of our, I was thinking like HiveMQ and EMQ is kind of like Factory Studio and Ignition. They're two nodes in the same ecosystem. HiveMQ has some advantages, mainly that EMQ has a little bit more performance, but HiveMQ is more widely adopted because it's not made in China, right? The one thing that you can't, if you had to say one thing negative about EMQ, that's what we're hearing is some people are saying it's because it's made in China, but we don't make that determination. We're just sharing the information, and ultimately that's for the manufacturer to decide is that an important thing for them, right? like I said, Jalen from EMQ. If you guys have any questions about EMQ, ask Jalen. If you guys have any questions about HiveMQ, just leave them in the Unified Namespace chat, or, there's lots of people from HiveMQ in our server. Another question that people ask all the time, we get this question about every week, is, can I use Osisoft as a broker? Answer is no. The reason why is Osisoft supports subscribing via SparkPlug-B, but it does not support publishing over SparkPlug-B. What does that mean? So it does not make its information available back into the unified namespace. It kind of creates a data silo of its own, and it forces you to use their solutions to get access to the data, or kind of use back-end solutions, right? You have to pay for a driver, you have to pay for access. It just doesn't make that available for you out of the box. Jeff Nepper has a great bit on why Osisoft does things the way they do. Well, I think in this last 10 minutes, we're going to do this Opto 22 Groove RIO Learning Center unboxing. But I do wanted to check. We got a couple comments here. I kind of went on a rant there, so I do want to check the comments. Highbyte, we are high on Highbyte every day. Data Fabric, joining OT and IT. That's a good way to it's a good way to look at it. It is like a. I don't want to use middleware because it's not a middleware. It directly connects the two applications together, publish and subscribe. But isn't high? Oh, that was the that's the one thing you could say about it. Is a little bit more expensive. Also, some people have said their pricing isn't super transparent, which I don't know. When I go on their website, I see pricing listed by the hour for their their server. So you could go to their website and get pricing, but I think that's for their cloud version. I think but I could be wrong. But yeah, that's one thing. EMQ, again, that's its advantages, that it is more affordable. But again, you're not always necessarily looking for the most affordable software. You're looking for the right solution for the right problem, and that's why we support both EMQ and HiveMQ. All right, so let's do this.
See what's in the box.
Let me make sure I check the comments here. So I'm trying to start small. It's difficult to sell. What do you mean, Wooten? Remember, we don't sell it. They identify that they have a problem. They come to you for the solution. Also, if you guys do want to ship more IoT starter kits, we are happy to unbox them for you. We're getting another one from Pepperell and Fuchs next week. It's an IO Link starter kit. Ooh. Okay. Now, I kind of wish that manufacturers wouldn't do this. I know why they do it, but they give the box that they send me like a bunch of extra stuff. And then so when they buy but yeah, I really like this bag because I had this bag. And when my camera gear got stolen, when I moved from California to Phoenix, all my camera gear got stolen, and along with this bag. So I'm actually really grateful that I have this bag back now. But I also got like, as I just threw it, but I got a Groove Epic shirt. Thank you. And then another bag. So Brendan, I'm going to ship you one of these. And then we have a shirt. So. Oh, Omar's on. Hey, Omar. Omar, I'll bring you on at the end once I'm done with this unboxing. And here we actually have this is actually really small. Let me blow this up here. All right, so here we are. Thank you for bearing with me. Oh, okay. Wooten saying for HiveMQ pricing, $65K a year just for cloud storage is hard to justify in a small project. Yeah, that's. So you're saying that the jump between a basic level for a proof of concept, right? I mean, HiveMQ you can use for free up to 100 devices, right, for proof of concept. So if you can leverage their free version for the proof of concept, that would probably be your best bet. And then, obviously $65K a year, you're looking at, that's an enterprise implementation for, I mean, for even a small manufacturer, when you consider the fact that it's literally your data hub, that's actually a small, like that's the salary of one entry-level engineer whose entire job could not do what the unified namespace does. You couldn't do it, right? Then there's human latency built into the process, so you wouldn't want to do it by hand anyways. So why are we unboxing this, right? Well, the industry 3.0 hardware manufacturer failed us. They kept putting products out in the market that didn't meet our needs. It was self-serving, and it didn't get the job done at the end of the day. So there's this whole new wave of companies that are starting to do things a little bit differently, right? Opto22 is one of those companies. Hopefully I don't break here. So one thing that I do like is, this is kind of like their starter kit, but they do call it a learning center. But one thing you'll notice is you can tell it's definitely inspired by the PLC Next starter kit, in the sense that it's kind of got, I mean, PLC Next didn't invent the acrylic display, but I like it. It's got a nice format, and it looks like I'm going to have to install the module here. So you guys, I'll do that in another video, but I'm going to get the actual unit out here itself so you guys can see how small it is. This is really sweet. Okay, so let me just kind of angle this down here. So, and thank you, Opto22, for sending this. I really do appreciate it. I'll leave a link for you guys to go purchase this. It is pretty affordable. The actual learning center, I think it's like the same. Oh, it's upside down. I'm like, why is it backwards? Oh, there's a little locking pin. So that's actually really well built. Look at this thing. Okay, so it kind of folds for storage, and then we just kind of put this pin in.
Nice.
And then here's the actual unit. So what's cool about this RIO is that it actually has it can operate in a standalone environment. So, this is it right here. You can plug this in as a remote IO unit, or you can publish directly from this thing. So I don't have any of the specs off the top of my head right here, but it does come with this little kit that you can kind of look at that there if you guys want to. And then it also comes with, this, actually comes with a second one. That's cool. So you could actually hook this up. Oh, that's cool. So you could hook it up here and hook it up with this one. Or if you wanted to, they give you a second one to, kind of use as if you needed to go use this as a proof of concept, you could, right? So that's actually kind of cool. Let's see if it just kind of snap it on here. But yeah. I'll go play with this later. I don't want to waste too much of you guys' time because, I'm just playing around with it now. But yeah, this is the Groove Epic, or no, the Groove RIO, not the Groove Epic. They're kind of hard to find. Please link where. Yes, I will leave a link. So here's the actual. Yeah, I'll leave a link in the Discord server, and I'll also leave a link in the video after we finish here. But there's a link to like the support center. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining this week's community live. If you guys have any, Omar left. He must have had to go. Dang it. But if you guys do have any more questions, feel free to leave them now. Epic, please. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys are trying to find where to get the Groove Epic or the Groove IO, you can actually get them on Opto22 store. You can buy it directly from Opto22. And I'll leave a link. So thank you guys for joining this week's Industry 4.0 community live stream. Vaughn, thank you for being the co-host today.
No problem.
And guys, we'll see you guys this Friday on our mastermind. If not, we'll see you next Tuesday for the weekly live Q&A. Peace.